My name's Debbie Marks. My son Joshua Marks was the first preemie that was born at Henrico Doctors 30 years ago. Joshua was born at 28 weeks on that day, 3 months early. When he was born, his lungs had not developed at all. And the first night, I remember them coming in and having me sign papers for chest tubes. Here I had a baby after trying for 16 years, so excited, but he was really sick. It was a roller coaster, and they told us that. And everything that Jeff and Sammy, who were his doctors, told us that might happen, happened with Joshua. Millicent Lord, who was his primary nurse, told me he wasn't doing well. And I knew, I could look at him. He was itty bitty. Josh was 2 pounds, a little bit over 2 pounds when he was born, and he had dropped. I went home, this was when he was 9 days old. I went home, and I had no sooner walked in the house, back then no cell phones, when the hospital called me and told me his kidneys were failing. He was hemorrhaging. They had pulled everything off of Joshua and were doing the hand ventilator, and he coded. And I remember Millicent telling me later that Steve was rubbing Joshua's hand and saying, "Joshua, Daddy's here," when one of the nurses, and I think her name was Julie Ann, saw Joshua's chest move ever so slightly. This doctor that was there that night with Joshua his specialty was blood. He was a hematologist. And I laughed and said, I know that doctor had wings that we just didn't see. When Josh was 5 years old, Dr. Taylor saw him for the last time, and he showed me a spot on the CAT scan. He said, "This is brain damage and some dried blood." He said, "But this spot right here is brain damage. I don't know if you'll see it, if it'll ever show up, but this is what it is." Josh was over in the corner stacking blocks, playing. He was fine. He appeared to be fine. We never saw it. He's a fighter, and he never stopped fighting, and he didn't. He was so sick, but he never stopped fighting. The NICU team, God love them, every single one of them. That's why Joshua is 30 years old now. They cared. You know, they cared, and they cared about us. They loved Joshua, but they cared about us, and they knew the struggle that we were going through. Nobody wants to see their child that sick. Supportive, crying with me, holding my hand. They were family.